Why and how did Christianity become the dominant religion of the Roman Empire? What were the factors for Christianity's success? In this video, I'll provide you with one of the possible explanations. It's based on Bart Ehrman's work The Triumph of Christianity: How a Forbidden Religion Swept the World. First, Ehrman debunks previous hypotheses such as failure of paganism, appeal of monotheism, attraction of better ethics, benefits of community, superior healthcare, or supernatural explanations such as the power of God or Holy Spirit. Ehrman believes it's simpler than that and suggests next two major reasons: evangelism and exclusivity. First is that only Christians evangelized. And the idea here is very simple and plausible. Christians believe that the day of judgment is approaching soon, and if they don't convert their relatives and friends to Christianity, their friends won't be safe. But core of their teaching was love your neighbor, and if you really love them, you must save them from eternal suffering. And they did so through social networks. At that time, there was nothing like that in other religions. Ehrman writes, "In fact, we don't know of any missionary religions in the pagan world." He also explains why Mithraism, or so-called God-fearers, Gentile converts to Judaism, aren't exclusion, and emphasizes that the evangelizing mission of the Christian church was unprecedented. Such a strategy was a shocking novelty in the ancient world. For example, most Jews didn't believe in either hell or an afterlife with eternal punishment. So what's the point of caring for people outside of Judaism? If you aren't a Jew, then why should I convert you to my faith and ask you to worship my God? After all, this is our Jewish God, Yahweh. He brought us out of slavery in Egypt and made a covenant with us, Jews. Anyway, those days most people thought this way: I worship my gods, you worship your gods, and everyone is happy. Why would I bother converting you to worship my gods? For more on that, see also this book by Tim Whitmarsh. But Christians were different, and this is the first major thing that differs Christians from others. The second thing is that only Christians encourage new converts to renounce their former religion. In other words, it's one thing that I convert you to worship my God, but what else I do is I try to convince you to stop worshipping your previous gods. And as you can imagine, it wasn't common in the Roman Empire to do so. Christians claimed the superiority of their faith. Back then, polytheists thought this way: you can worship both Zeus and Apollo, or any other gods if you wish. And if you'd like to worship some new god, no problem, but it doesn't mean that you automatically stop worshipping the old gods. No, you're just adding another patron to your piggy bank. Let's say if you never ate potato and someone brought potato from overseas, you may try it, like it, and add it to your daily menu along with all other food. But Christians would insist that no, from now on you must eat only potato. Ehrman suggests imagining this scenario. There are two preachers, John and James. John worships Jesus and James worships Zeus. Both of them went out to evangelize, and each of them successfully convinced exactly 50 people to convert to their faith. It seems to be equal, but in fact it's not. John won 50 people for Christianity and forced them to reject paganism. But James did not acquire anything. After all, his 50 people were already pagans. They simply began to worship Zeus along with many other gods. And this is how Christianity cut off the supporters of paganism bit by bit. And they preach with great enthusiasm and dedication. This way, Ehrman gives a very simple and absolutely natural versus supernatural explanation of why Christianity could achieve such a big result. Of course, this short review doesn't share all the book's hypotheses, it's a very simplistic explanation. But here is Ehrman's conclusion. One reason Christianity grows is that it is the only religion like this. The others are not missionary and they are not exclusive. These two features make Christianity unlike anything else on offer. The people who became Christian are turning their back on their pagan past, their pagan customs, and their pagan gods. That means that virtually every new Christian is also an ex-pagan. Every new addition to the church means one less adherent to the old traditional religions. As Christianity grows, it's destroying paganism in its wake. But do you think Bart Ehrman was really able to capture the mechanism behind Christianity's success? Please leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe, and check other videos on my channel. I wish you peace and health wherever you are.